Peace and blessings. You're tuned in to the Sajdah Saturday Morning Coffee Talks, where we talk about life, love, and business. And this morning, let's just talk about some random stuff. So grab your coffee, get you some tea, and we'll be right back to get started talking about random stuff this morning. Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings. You're tuned in to the Sajdah Saturday Morning Coffee Talks, where we talk about life, love, and business.
O Allah, guide me among those whom Thou hast guided aright, and preserve me among those whom Thou hast preserved, and befriend me among those whom Thou hast befriended. Bless me in whatsoever Thou dost grant me, and deliver me from the evil of what Thou hast judged. Surely Thou judgest, and none can judge against Thee, and he whom Thou befriendest is not disgraced. Blessed art Thou, O Lord, and exalted be Thee above what they set up besides Thee. I bear witness, nothing deserves to be served besides Thee, and I bear witness that Muhammad is Thy servant and apostle. Amen.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who in my judgment is the master historian, taught us that of all our studies, history is the most attractive, and it is best qualified to reward the researcher. History is most attractive. Why should history be most attractive? Because history is the recorded time of the human family in its struggle to overcome obstacles. There is no life that is without struggle. The Holy Quran teaches us that man, meaning man and woman, is made to face difficulties. And after difficulty comes ease. But it is history that guides us through difficulty. For if you know how people who had difficulty yesterday got through, and if your difficulty is somewhat similar, then today we also can get through if we follow the guidance of history. This is why Carter G. Woodson and many of our black giants fought for black people to know our history. Because in not knowing our history, we don't have a guide. And without a guide, we are lost. No wonder the Bible...
Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto all of you. Happy Saturday. What kind of coffee y'all drinking on? I got I'm just doing regular coffee today, but it's a really rich blend. I didn't make any chai tea or anything like that. We over here freezing like I don't know what in Chicago. Listen to me. This weather is not playing with us. Um, I was running around yesterday. I had a good friend in town, so we had fun. We went to Virtue Restaurant in Hyde Park. So shout out to Eric Williams from Virtue Restaurant. Um, so that the food was just delectable. Um, it was my um, my go-to combination: Brussels sprouts. Just feeling my Brussels sprouts and a little chicken. But anyway, so it was good. And you know what? I just feel like talking about some random stuff today. That's it. We were, I was getting ready for Savior's Day and just trying to figure out how to put all that together. I got to get all these coins y'all ain't bought yet up there. So if you want to be a Savior's Day exhibit sponsor, you can do that. So we're working on just creating something fun. The NOI historical exhibit is coming, planning is coming along nicely. And I hope that all of you visit the exhibit. I know a lot of times we kind of get left over to the side because everybody's so busy with all the workshops and everything that they're doing, but make it a point to stop by and pay homage to your history. We have some amazing talks that we're also going to be doing in the exhibit as well. So just come on, come on through. It's always a good time. So yeah, so we were at Sajdah House yesterday, and they're filming a movie on our block. It's called The Emperor of Ocean Drive, and it's starring Forrest Whitaker. I think it's from a book. So that's interesting. We always get lots of good things happening over there on the block. Interesting when nobody complaining about them because there is no parking. And they was giving me a hard time when I bought the house, like, she gonna mess up the parking and where she gonna put all that trash. I don't know what kind of trash we gonna have from a historical exhibit, but they got trash from the movie. There was no parking, but I welcome it. I welcome commerce. Everybody was nice. Everybody was, open and, told us what the movie was about and, lots of smiles and nods. So I'm the kind of person, I welcome commerce. You can't want your community to get the attention it needs if you got to give up something, if you're always complaining about something. So I think just a few weeks ago, they was filming one of the Chicago Med, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, one of them over there. And I'm grateful for it. So I welcome commerce. I welcome the attention being brought to our great neighborhoods in our communities. Y'all know I'm all about preservation. Hopefully with the filming, somebody will look at it and go, wait, that's in Chicago. That's on the same block as. But yeah, people I laughed to myself because I said, man, they went through all this drama giving me, and literally they're filming on the end of the block and they're parked all the way down by Sajdah House with the film trucks and everything. And I'm not complaining. I'm just like, hey, good. Hey, y'all, congratulations. And I hope that it's a blockbuster movie. And I think it'll be worth the sacrifice if it, brings some much needed attention and value to our community. So shout out to whoever is the executive producer there. So yeah, so that's kind of where we are. I'm just planning out that the Savior's Day piece. Y'all know we're either going to have a guest this week or we're going to do episode 3 on building our economy protection for traders is what we're talking about. Before I jump into the random stuff I want to talk about today, let me welcome y'all in the chat. Brother Lamont, good morning. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam, sir, and good morning to you. Happy Saturday, Mom. Thank you for joining as always. Sophia Shabazz, thank you, sis. Thank you so much for your support. Wa alaikum salam. RJ Funches, wa alaikum salam. Thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you. Thank you. Each and every one of you, when you support me, I'm sending out vibes and silent prayers for whatever you're working on, whatever you desire, whatever you want in life, that Allah blesses you and just pulls you up into his bosom and makes your dreams come true and makes your life peaceful and smooth. Sister Sharis Parrott, well, alaikum salam, ma'am. Oh, y'all in Cuba? Okay, I feel you in Cuba. I know the weather is nice down there. Sister Sophia says she drinks chai daily. Yeah, I don't drink it every day. I have this really good chai recipe, but probably a few times of the week I make it and I drink it. Sister Sandra said, Assalamu alaikum, family, grand rising. Brother Lamont said he loved him some Brussels sprouts. Good God is giving us the hands and the greetings. He's like, yeah, stop crying. Everything is okay, dear sister. May Allah continue to bless you. Yeah, that's right. Tell them people to stop crying. They just complaining. All right, Regional Sky Girl, Assalamu alaikum, family. Your favorite flight attendant is safely at home. We've been praying for your safety, sis. Wa alaikum salam, and thank you so much for your support. Brother Victor, wa alaikum salam, family. Brother Stanley, wa alaikum salam. Oh, he said Cuban coffee. Okay, that's what RJ Funches meant. So this week I was just looking at different headlines. There was this huge case, which is unfortunately happens too much in our community, where a brother had been wrongly convicted, but he got out and he got rewarded $25 million. I'm going to share this video just to kind of report on it and talk on it, because we don't hear enough about these kind of stories. And this has to get spread around before they start, enough so that they know that it's going to start being a cost for mistreating us, whether it's this kind of cost or a cost from Almighty God, Allah. But this is ridiculous. But check this out. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it once I get it up here and get myself together.
Public recognition and an apology of what was done to him and his family.
Ronnie Long was just 20 years old and living in Concord when, as a young black man, he was accused of raping a prominent white woman. Police built a bogus case, lying on the stand, hiding evidence that proved his innocence and tampering with the jury.
Not only did law enforcement officers lie, but prosecutors were engaged in an active campaign to ensure that, despite the evidence of Ronnie's innocence, he remained incarcerated all these years, well past the time it was obvious that they had a wrongful conviction.
In August of 2020, Long was exonerated and freed after 44 years in prison for a crime he didn't commit. The governor pardoned him and the state compensated him just $750,000. He told us then it wasn't nearly enough.
North Carolina intentionally put me in the penitentiary. And you tell me still $150,000? It was 44 years of my life.
Long filed a civil suit last year, and now the city of Concord is paying up with a record-setting $22 million settlement and an apology.
Here, the city of Concord really owned up to the past misdeeds of city employees, which is really remarkable. I don't know of any other case where a municipality has issued such an apology as part of a civil settlement.
As part of the settlement, the city of Concord, quote, acknowledges and accepts responsibility for the significant errors in judgment and willful misconduct by previous city employees that led to Long's wrongful conviction and imprisonment. The State Bureau of Investigation is also paying out $3 million, making the $25 million settlement the biggest in North Carolina's history for a wrongful conviction.
I think the message it sends is that both the city and the State Bureau of Investigation recognized that there was significant harm done here. And although money can't fix it, I think symbolically, when it's a large number like this one, I think that sends an equal message of apology.
Does the number sort of indicate how egregious the case was?
I think it's a big indicator of how egregious this case was.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Brother Lamont said he saw it on YouTube. How many of y'all saw this? I just stopped and just sent out prayers to this brother and every other brother and sister like him. Egregious, just egregious. But I'm grateful for whatever it's worth, that, his family can enjoy $25 million. Perhaps, inshallah, what he and his family will do is invest it into one another and into the community, maybe to compensate our community. Well, you know what? No, this is what it should be. He need to keep the money for himself and his family. And the city of Concord also needs to invest in the community in his honor, to make up for what could have been his blessing to his own community. But it's just terrible. So hopefully these price tags will begin to get so high. We'll start taking away these people's pensions when they are, doing these kind of things to folks. And there's more of an outrage, because I think we get so numb that when these things happen, we don't even say anything. We just swipe left. But I just wanted to highlight this because I just want us to stop being so numb to these kinds of things, these egregious things that continue to happen in our community. And we're so accustomed to it that we just don't say anything anymore. How many of y'all been watching our brother Cat Williams? He been lighting up the internet. He been lighting up the internet, telling the truth. Cat Williams actually has always been my favorite comedian. Him and Dave Chappelle, those are my two favorites. So I love it when they come out and snap a little bit. Like I love it when Dave Chappelle comes out with his satire and talks about people. I love it when Cat comes out with his direct, in your face, matter of fact, mathematical language. Like it is hilarious to me. And the beautiful thing about it is within all the intellect, he drops some really beautiful jewels. So check out this jewel that he dropped on with Willie D. Let me put this up here. He did. Y'all know Willie D from the Ghetto Boys? I know y'all probably do. I hope y'all do. If you don't know Willie D, please look up Willie D from the Ghetto Boys. That's old school right there. But look, check this out. Thumbs up if you can hear it.
Wonder, why do white people pay so much attention to black people if they don't like them? You would think if you didn't like something, why would you be paying attention to it? I don't pay attention to things I don't like. Black people have lost their identity, but our oppressors have not lost our identity. That's just why they chopped those noses off of the Pharaoh and the Sphinx in Egypt in the first place, is because without this nose, we can tell you this is whoever it is. But with that nigga nose, it can only be niggas. Why would somebody vandalize a whole face and only vandalize one part? Nobody wanted to knock an eye off or take an ear off or no chins missing. No, just the nose. Because it's a brand. You probably wonder, why do white people pay so much attention?
That was the best to me. It was just the best. When I saw that, I probably looked at that like, I don't know, about 10 times over and over again. And then I had to go find the Willie D interview. I love Willie D's talks. And Willie D is another one of those just real calm, and, he does this thing. But Cat, listen, he's been dropping science all over the internet, breaking the internet. I'm feeling that. And that's comedic, but it's truth and factual. So shout out to Cat Williams, man. Thank you for setting the bar for people to begin to pay attention to truth and what is true. What happens is that a lot of times with the false narrative, people become gatekeepers. And so when you're trying to break into an industry, you can't get in unless you're part of a social network or you buy into that false narrative. And what people like Cat Williams is doing is he's kicking the door in and he's holding it open for the people to come behind him. So you don't always have to buy into the gatekeeper story or the gatekeeper's way of doing things. So I just applauded it. It was beautiful to me, just the way he masterfully put that thing together. I like Godfrey too. Sometimes Godfrey can be truthful with the satire in it as well. But I would say, hands down, Cat Williams and Dave Chappelle, them is my people right there. Because if you know anything about me and my family, we're pretty funny. I'm pretty comedic myself. I don't cut up on the podcast like y'all. Some of y'all know that I can. But taking what happens in real life and what happens and making satire out of it. Listen, I told y'all when my business partner in Maryland, we built the hospital. He will tell you that we just laughed our way through every process, every crazy process, every painful process. And it was primarily due to my kind of weird satire. So anyway, shout out to Cat Williams. I was enjoying that. Let me know what y'all think. Okay, here's another thing that's been trending on the internet that I think is really cool. Y'all know I love Black men. I love supporting Black men. I love seeing Black men be successful. I'm so grateful for the powerful Black men that have been in my life. And when I talk about Black men, oftentimes a lot of other women, especially Black women, don't have a lot of positive experiences. And I've had positive experiences from, Black men in my family, including my father. But I've also had positive experiences from Black men who became my family, like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And even I remember when I graduated from college and I met Bill Mays in Indianapolis, who was the owner and president of Mays Chemical Company. And he didn't even know me. He was referring me to all these different programs and things like that. And then I remember meeting the DC Mayor for Life, Marion Barry. And I came to the table meeting with him with prejudice, based on what I had seen in television about him. And when I tell you, sitting there and I told him, I said, look, we got this program with the Office on Aging, and I'm trying to build this hospital. No, we were trying to buy a hospital at that time. He was like, you don't want this SHIT, build your own. He started making phone calls. He started just right there, just old school, just calling his secretary and get so-and-so on the phone for the sister and do this and do that. And then at the end, he said, how's the minister doing? And then he just kept going on and on about, he said, oh, yeah. You need to talk to so-and-so. And I was just sitting there like, where else could I have gone? I had never been in anybody's office where they did that for me. Never. I just had never had that happen where I want to say maybe he made, I'm going to go between 9 and 12 phone calls right there in my face, because I was just a sister sitting there asking him to get me in front of the city council for something, DC council or something. I can't remember what I went there for, but he ran down the list, got the phone call. I'm taking notes. It's like, then you go talk to this person, you go talk to that person. This is how you do this. I didn't know that he was that intelligent. And I said, look at the Black man. And guess what? At the end, he didn't even remember my name. He didn't even know my name. I don't even know if I got a chance to get my name out. I was getting ready to leave and getting my stuff together with all these notes, and the secretary was bringing documentation and stuff in there that he wanted me to read. He said, sister, what'd you say your name was again? He didn't even, when I came back the second time to meet with him, he remembered, but just all those phone calls. So I'm always grateful for supportive Black men. Before I go into this next one, let's see what y'all saying. Brother Tyrone said, I say Brother Cat is intelligent as well as spiritual, showing us another side of his personality. Up on stage, he curses like crazy. Now we can see it is strategic. People of the world get a rise from profane language. Peace. Yeah. And CDM says, ASA, Assalamu alaikum, this kind of injustice, oh, referring to the first video, always breaks my heart. As you said, as you just said, when you take their pensions, it will affect their behavior. You're always in my prayers. Be well, be wise, take care and peace. Thank you. Thank you for the prayers. Yeah, so back to that. Thank you, everybody, for your comment. Feel free to comment. But yeah, DC Mayor for Life, listen, he, so it's just been those kind of black men. So when I seen this sister going around doing this, it just touched my heart, because I love to see black men win. So check this out. This was a really cool thing that she was doing that I just thought is amazing. So let's see, where is it here? Oh, that's something else. I got to tell y'all about this too. Okay, hold on. I got one more thing to bring up. Yeah, okay, got it. All right, so we set up. Let me get this in here for y'all. This is my random Saturday conversations if we were just sitting here. But check this out. I just love that she did this. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it.
Let you know you're way too handsome not to be smiling here. And I love you. How are you, King? I just wanted to let you know that you are way too handsome not to be smiling here. You are way too handsome not to be smiling here. No problem, King. Just wanted to let you know you are way too handsome not to be smiling here. You. I love your smile too, young King. Always keep it on you. Don't let nobody never take it from you. Thank you so much. No problem. I appreciate that. Hey, how you doing, King? I just wanted to let you know you are way too handsome not to be smiling here. No problem. How you doing? I just wanted to let you know you are way too handsome not to be smiling here. I love you. How you doing, baby? I just wanted to let you know you are way too handsome not to be smiling here. And it's a beautiful smile at that. I love it. King, how are you? I just wanted to let you know you are way too handsome not to be smiling here. No problem. And take care of yourself. Keep King. I just want to let you know you're way too handsome not to be smiling.
I thought what was so cool is as she walked up to them and she said, "Hey, King," they all looked up like, "How can I help you?" If you saw that in their face, they didn't walk up like, "What's up?" They all looked up like, "Yes, how can I help you?" Just seeing if it was something she needed. I'm assuming maybe she's a little older or something. But the way they all looked up at her when she said, "Hey, King," they looked up like with reverence, with respect. And she said, "You're way too handsome not to be smiling." So just a message to our black men out here. Look, smile, love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you are enough. My sister corrected me yesterday because I was saying I am good enough. And she said, "No, don't qualify it. You're enough." So yeah, I could hear that. Brother Lamont, you took some flowers to our brother Marion Barry's grave. Yeah, he listen, he blessed me. And I knew him a very short period of time, but he started blessing me when I was sitting in his office. Maybe I'd been sitting in there 5 minutes. He heard me out, heard my story, and went to work. And within a probably 1 hour or so conversation, I had so much information and so much that I needed. So thank you for taking flowers there. Yeah, the words seem like they made her day. Love that sister spreading love to our men. Yeah, I just loved it. I thought it was so nice and so beautiful. Yeah. So I follow, what else I had to tell y'all about? Let me see. Something else I was going to share with you all. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. So I follow this family on TikTok. They have a son, and I don't know I don't want to misquote his handicap. It might be spina bifida. I'm not sure. He doesn't have full use of, there's something with his spine where it's not very strong, and he doesn't have full use of his legs. He has one leg that's stronger than the other. He has an older sister. Her name is Sissy. His name is Bubba. So shout out to Bubba and Sissy. But his parents are amazing. And his father is, to me, like father of the year. and they're working with him, working through his handicap. He loves basketball. You're right, Sophia, and it costs her nothing to make somebody else's day. That's what I always say. So I just want to, I believe the family lives in Dallas. So I'm going to play this video, but I want everybody to go and follow them. And anybody that you know that's supporting a child with a handicap, especially a child of color with a handicap or a disability. And the reason why I say that, I was talking to somebody in the preservation space, and we were talking about how for many years, children of color with disabilities have been discriminated against. In a lot of cases, the family doesn't have the resources, and so they get put into homes and foster care, and they don't have the ability to speak up for themselves in many cases. And, part of something that I want to see is not only that we do a better job by our seniors. And so I'm looking to do some things I continue to do some things in the senior space. You heard me talking about Marion Barry. He introduced me to a person that I pitched an aging program on in DC. And we had a very lucrative program for a number of years with the DC Office on Aging. And there's some work around that I'm working on here, getting set up here in Chicago, just being of better service to our seniors. When they tore down the public housing here in Chicago, they left all the senior buildings. And when you drive past, it's like the seniors don't really, do they have anything to do? They sitting outside in their wheelchairs. Oftentimes when you go in these buildings, they need health screening. They need social support. They can still take classes. And so I think being full circle with that as a people and giving back to our seniors, giving back to our people with disabilities is something that we really, really need to pay attention to. Unfortunately, like I said, in our community, we don't oftentimes have the resources to support our children and our family members with disability. And so they just kind of get put out to pasture. And so I just want to, if you know somebody that is disabled, has a child that is disabled, give them some support. If they got a page, follow their page. I ask you guys to Cash App if you enjoy this content, like and subscribe. Cash App to them. We're all getting entertained. And in many cases, it's free entertainment. A lot of us don't pay for cable or anything. So that $150 that you maybe would have been paying for cable or something like that, spread the love. Because what the internet has become is a way for us to get our messages out there and not have to go through many of these gatekeepers who don't want to hear a righteous message or a right message. They want to hear what they want to hear. And so, we all need your support to continue to do this. But a person with a child with a disability needs a lot of support. Oftentimes there needs to be a caregiver, or one of the parents or both the parents in a lot of cases has to, really be dedicated and give their life. So I want y'all to see Bubba so y'all can start following Bubba. And he's so cute, and he's such a strong little brother, and he works so hard, and his parents are phenomenal. You don't see his mom on camera very much, but she's very sweet and very loving, you can tell. But his dad is like dad of the year. Like, he's an amazing coach for this boy. So let me see if I can get Bubba up here. Let's see what we can do.
It's a challenge of all challenges. You never got on this chair.
No.
You the same technique we did over there on this one. So you gotta reach up, pull some pillows down, start stacking them. Reach that big red one. Look at it, you're gonna knock yourself out. There you go. Pull. it right here. Come from here. Come from here. Go up this way. All right, we're gonna get it today. We're gonna get it. Come on, spread your body up. Turn your legs around. Get all the way on top. Keep moving. You gotta be able to reach. There you go. See, you can't do all this gorilla hands. Use your hands like you're supposed to, like Miss Rihanna told you. So you step with your hands. Don't reach. You just gotta step. Yep. Pull. No, the same way you did it. You just can't. Don't turn your hands over like this. Go. So flip your body on there. Yep. No. Flip your body. Push up here. Swing your legs over. Push your pillow back up. Yep. There you go. Push off this. Swing your legs up. Just how you did. One here, one there. Yeah. Get up there. There you go. Get up there. There you go. Much better. Back down. Slide back down. All right, stack this. Push up here. It's hard, I know. Grab that black one. There you go. Come from here. Go that way here. You can put this there. Go ahead. There you go. Now be quick. Flip it. Come on. Hold it for you. Run arm out. Reach again and push. Now you hold the pillow. There you go. Push. There you go. Oh! Really? Come around the backside. No, see? Climb up on the pillow, you can use that. Watch your head though. Hit that corner. Knees up. There you go. There you go. Now, push off that. Push off that. There you go. Uh-oh. We might be on some, dog. We might be on some, dog. We might be on some, dog. First time. Hey, I'm gonna improvise a little bit. Yeah. And we can make it all happen.
Yeah, we can make it all
Whew. Oh my gosh. I watch them every day. I tune in to see what Bubba is up to and what he's learning. He's learning how to get in and out of his wheelchair. He's playing wheelchair basketball now, and he's teaching them how to shoot. Yes, the dad is awesome. And literally, they make me cry every day because Bubba is so dedicated. And so, anyway, go and follow them. Go and follow them and support them. Share their videos. I don't know if they're monetizing. Hopefully they are. But it, like I said, it takes a lot when you have a child with a disability. And oftentimes our children of color with disabilities are, they just get left by the wayside. Everybody's not blessed like Bubba to have the kind of parents and the kind of father that he has. I mean, it's a real divine connection between them. And if you follow them, you can really see it. And Bubba tries so hard because all he wants is that high five from his dad. It's a beautiful thing. And so many of our children don't, they don't have that, or they get labeled with a disability and nobody works with them to help them overcome it and see that they can make it in this world and they can, they're going to be okay. So this is just a Saturday about spreading love. Just randomly pick somebody to love on today. Yes, the dad, just priceless. Follow Bubba. I think if you just search Bubba on TikTok, it's got to come up. I'm sorry I didn't bring the link, but please follow them, share. Hopefully they're monetizing. They can get as many likes and follows as possible. But this is just a Saturday of pick somebody and just love on them. Give them some money, take them out to dinner, give them a hug. Just appreciate somebody, because this is what we need. We need, look at the sister, it didn't cost her anything to say, hey, King, you way too handsome not to be smiling. And they looked at her with reverence, and she blessed them, and it looked like she just made their day. Let's make somebody's day today. Let's support somebody. Like I said, we got seniors, we got people with disabilities out here that, we need to be loving on and giving a little bit more attention. A lot of times, a lot of seniors, sometimes we're not that nice when we're younger. And so when we get older, people just kind of put these people out to pasture. Sometimes people's families just don't have the resources. They love their family member. They care about their family member, but they don't have the resources because they got to, work themselves. And so it's a challenge. And so in other parts of the world, the community loves on those people. So if your father or mother has to be in a facility, an assisted living facility, and you got to work every day and you're busy, you got to make the money to pay the bill to keep them there, I think you would want somebody else to come in and love on them. So stay tuned for the senior program that I'm working on. I keep saying this, that I'm gonna make a senior reality show, because they actually are very hilarious. Very hilarious. I got some stories that I could tell you about some of the senior shenanigans that we seen going on up in the senior center. But just to be able to give them some love, we would give them free health screenings. We'd test them for cardiovascular disease. A lot of them are sitting in there just rotting and they need help. They go to the doctor, but the doctor ain't really helping them because it's just routine. And so we would do that. We would give them free health screenings, and we would tell them, look, you don't have to come see us. You can go wherever. A lot of times they would, but we just want you to know that here's an issue, here's something that's at risk. There's always some health factor that's plaguing our senior population because of some activity that was promoted when they were younger. In this case, a lot of the seniors we met say, I've been smoking since I was 8, 9 years old, 7 years old, 12 years old. Some of them had stopped. Some of them had smoked for 30 years before they stopped. Now they're in there, they're 80 something years old, and they're suffering from cardiovascular disease and clogged arteries and strokes and not knowing. We were starting to see, we're seeing now evidence from the crack epidemic. People who are now seniors in these senior homes that were on these hardcore drugs back in the day, who are now dealing with all of these different system failures and stuff like that as seniors. And so they're very complicated patients, and they either just are just in there and they need some love, they need some attention, they need some assistance. Sister Sophia Shabazz says, so true. Sometimes the adult children tell me they were not nice when I let them know their elder parent needs help. Yeah, the trauma. So a lot of people don't want to revisit that trauma. And so they just assume not deal with it. In some cases, it's not a trauma thing. They love their family, but they got to work. Also, here's the other part of it. Sister Sandra said, I work with seniors and they definitely need love and help. Sandra, let me know how you work with seniors here in Chicago. Maybe we can collaborate on some of these things I'm working on. Here's the other thing that I want to do. We have to provide training to our family members on how to deal with a loved one who's ill, who's maybe stricken by certain diseases. There's training that is required. And a lot of times we just don't know what to do. You got to know how to navigate this hospital system. You got to know how to address the disease factor. And so there's a whole training process. So you want to take more of it into your own hands. A lot of times you don't have resources. So at least if you have the training as they're navigating through the health care or the sick care system, then we can help them, help you to be educated about what to look for. Brother Stanley says, thank you for showing that. Allah blessed our family with my brother Tim. He had physical and mental challenges, but he was so full of love. He was a great blessing to our family. We miss him greatly. Yes. Sending love to your family, and to Tim. Yeah, it's so we got to do more of that. There's these homes with many of them are filled with children of color who grow up to be adults of color with a disability, and they're in these facilities. And does anybody go and sing to them? Does anybody go and laugh with them and dance with them? And I tell people this, and I'm gonna give y'all a little secret. People always ask me, you know, how did you all work to become so successful, and then you were able to make such a sizable investment in the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House to create it as a museum? And I would tell you the one thing that I contribute mostly to that success is the work that we did with the seniors. From 2010 to probably 2014, 15, till we just couldn't do it anymore. We couldn't maintain the facility and go out there. But for a good 5 or 6 years, we were hardcore dedicated to the seniors, going into the senior homes, feeding them, you know, giving out hugs, doing free screenings, you know, entertaining them. We would bring in sponsors, set up line dancing and hand dancing, and, you know, just things that they would enjoy, you know, going to their classes at some of the senior centers around DC, where they're learning how to crochet, but just giving them a laugh, bringing in entertainment. We would do a lot of work to support. There's the annual senior Christmas party that was started by Marion Berry, and we'd go there. And the way those seniors blessed us, that's the contributing factor, because I can't even think of a time where we would go to a center and one of the seniors wouldn't come up, or a family member, and say, we prayed for you all. We were at church and we literally put y'all names on the altar for what y'all have done for the seniors. Or we did it with the Asian and Pacific Islander community, the Hispanic community, of course, the Black community. That was the majority of the people. We didn't have a lot of good success at the white senior centers. They kind of would just stare at us and didn't really want to mess with us. So we kind of stopped going, in all honesty. But the Asian and the Pacific Islanders, they were funny and supportive. The Hispanic seniors, oh my God, they'd have little shrines set up with the fruits and all that. And then they'd have our names there, like blessing us and praying for us. We had a senior center that had a number of senior Muslims there, and they were praying for us. And I honestly say that those collective prayers is what just sent us off into the stratosphere. And so when we needed to divest, or when I needed to divest to invest in the upliftment of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's name and his legacy and his history, by way of a museum at his house, it was there for me to be able to just, you know, do it. And but those seniors blessed us. To this day, I was talking to somebody the other day, and when I said my name, she said, did you used to go to the such and such senior center? She said, my aunt's still talking about y'all. And so it was just a true blessing. So yeah. So we want to continue that. Thank you, Regional Sky Girl. She said Chase Harris is the name, I think. Yeah, I think that's the father's name. That's Bubba's father's name, Chase Harris. And I think that's the TikTok name. But I think also Bubba is a a tag that if you search it, you can find them. Sister Betty said, I work with Alzheimer's residents and it's tough, but I enjoy them. Yeah. And, so funny, so full of wisdom. Magnolia Crescent says, ASA family, we pray everyone is well and warm. And yeah, that it is. But it's a beautiful thing. So thank you all for joining. I just want to talk about random things today. That's just what I felt like. Just love. Random things about love. Loving on people. Loving on our seniors. Loving on our people with disabilities. Loving on one another. We got to stop looking for somebody else to do it. I think when it comes to love and supporting one another, all of us are like, get somebody else to do it. Because all of us like, okay, we've been so burned. But I'm going to tell you something that can liberate you. When you get to the point where you don't really care how people act, you just understand that putting love into the universe is like making a deposit into your own life. And if you act stank or not, that's up to you. The beautiful way to get it back is if you love on somebody and then in turn they love you back. But when you don't really care and you move through life and you're not overly concerned about what somebody else is doing, so you don't have all this jealous and envy that you're dealing with. You have your own boundaries and your own way that you roll, so you ain't really got to worry your vibration with whether or not you trust a person. When people teach you how to show you who they are, you believe them and you move around. It is such a liberating way of being. And then you can be supportive, you can be loving. It just frees you up. Somebody call you, you can easily just go, oh, hey, walaikum salam, how you doing? Or hey, how are you? Whatever. And not be burdened by what they want, who they think they are. It doesn't really matter. I define that. And you catch me in a good mood that day, and you might just be the biggest jerk on the planet, but I may still love you and love on you. You may not get as much as you would if you wasn't a jerk, but it's just liberating. So let's work to kind of dissipate some of that. And the way I look at it is like this. We as a people, I'm talking specifically about us as Black people. We as a people in this country, we're at war. And there's so many attacks against us. That's why I appreciate what Cat Williams did. That's why I played that earlier. There's so many attacks against us. You see the first video we played with the brother who'd been wrongfully convicted. We don't have time to be hating on one another. And so there's people that get on my nerves. It's people who just act crazy. And sometimes I need to say something about it. I may call one of my friends and go, girl, you know what this mofo just did? But at the end of the day, we're at war and we all need help. We all need support. We all need love. We're all going through something. We all have something that we are dealing with that is a direct result of us being at war, not just in this country, but in this world. It don't cost us nothing to support one another. And if something is going to cost you more than what you give, that's when you create your what you can give, that's when you create your boundaries. Let's see. Magnolia Crescent said, our son's nonprofit gave away food to seniors and their grants all summer and fall. Praise be to Allah. The seniors honored them during their Kwanzaa event. It made us so proud that they are giving at such young ages with sincere hearts. Yeah, young ages, old people, the main ones need to learn how to give. Because as we get older, we get more and more selfish. It's all about me, mine. You ain't getting this up out of me. I need mine. We, the main ones, need to go and give. On Christmas, I went to a shelter from 8 to around noonish and helped serve. And I do that stuff by myself. I'll just go because We got to get out of this. See, the when we're at war, it creates this mindset of me, my resources, mine. Let me give this life of subtraction. Let me take. Let me get something for free. Let me do all of that. When in actuality, that's not how the universe blesses anything. You got to give. You got to give. Not just say it that way. And so old people, the young people giving is beautiful. And so if they can develop that habit of giving and being grateful and continuing that on into adulthood, I think it's beautiful. But old people, grown people, we need to learn how to give too. We need to learn. We got to get out of the me, fi, me sorority and fraternity and start loving and giving. And some of you may say, well, I don't have no resources. Well, you got the most valuable thing to you, which is time. You got time to go give an hour, go give 2 hours, or you got time, even if you don't go to a facility. And the other thing that I want to do is provide a mechanism where people can give back, because it's so hard now just to go to these places and volunteer. You got all these predators that are all over, so they have to be very guarded about who comes in. But you got somebody around that you can give. We got people that are with disabilities in our families. You got people who are incarcerated, regardless of what they did. If they locked up and they in there, it ain't gonna hurt you to put a couple dollars on their books. Bless them. Maybe you might still be mad that they in there, but let's see, who is this? LinkedIn user, ASA Sister Sajdah. Sister Tara chiming in from Abu Dhabi. Oh, hey, Tara. Assalamu alaikum. This is Sister Tara from Abu Dhabi. She is, let's see, Sister Tara, you're part of the London Mosque, right? And I know I always see you on Spiritual Injection. That's where we met. So shout out to Sister Tara. Wa alaikum salam. Sister is chiming in from Abu Dhabi. So I just wanted to share that, just share some random things, random acts of love, and ask you all to love on somebody today. Do something for somebody they don't expect. That $100 you about to go blow doing whatever, give it to somebody who might need it. It might mean something to them. It's helpful. Get you some blessings, but let's get in the giving spirit. All right, family. Tune in Thursday. I'm going to work on this later today. We're either going to do episode 3 of Building Our Economy, or we're going to have a guest just to kind of break up, because we've been doing a lot of heavy teaching. So I'll keep you guys posted. Just stay close. Again, like I said, we're working on our Savior's Day exhibit. If you want to be a sponsor or you want to help, we got a lot to put together. And I got to figure out how to get all them heavy coins there. All right. So any support, we appreciate it. If you like this content, you're enjoying, you get something from this page, please like and subscribe. Hit the notification button. Support via Cash App, Sajdah Enterprises. And you know what, you guys, if you have a Sajdah experience, if there's something you learned or something you like, can you all record a little video for me, like a little testimonial, and post it on your social media page and tag me so that I can repost it? We have to go viral in our own way, because the algorithm doesn't support some of the things that we do, like the prayer from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad at the beginning of the podcast, things going across the bottom, like support the completion of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad house, and some of the videos where the minister is teaching and guiding us. The algorithm doesn't support it. If the algorithm supported it, we probably would, we have over 500,000 views, 500,000 now. But we would probably have more that were open and obvious if the algorithm supported us. So we got to support it ourselves. So do a little testimony video for me. If you just say, hey, I like it. Or if you just say, hey, shout out to Sister Sajdah, assalamu alaikum, if you want. Or if you have a testimony about any show, any podcast, whether it was something I did on the radio way back in the day, if you've been a coaching client, I helped you with your business, or just however you feel about this, make a video, tag me. We can and make it go viral, and then that'll let more people. So just like we're supporting Bubba and Chase Harris, and I want you all to go and follow them on TikTok, I ask that you help me and ask somebody to come and follow, because like I said, the algorithm doesn't support, and I don't spend money on ads on Facebook or YouTube. We used to do that with the surgery center, and it's almost like the more money you spend, the more they tell you need to spend. It's like you get down into a rabbit hole. And so since I don't, again, the algorithm doesn't support. So, all right. So thank you so much. Peace and blessings. RJ Funches, Sherry Clark. Walaikum salam, family. Your sister Sherry X from Mosque number 69 in Birmingham. Welcome. Brother Stanley, you did email me about a purchase. Okay, I'll take a look. You may have sent it yesterday, and I didn't get on my email yesterday. So I'll take a look at it today as soon as we get off of here, and we'll get you set up with your coin purchase. Hopefully you sent that to sajdahhouse@gmail.com. I will check it. I'm gonna put that here. I will check it, Brother Stanley, as soon as we are off the air. Okay, so I'm looking forward to you all's testimonial videos. May Allah bless you. Have a happy Saturday. Stay warm, and make sure that you like and subscribe. All right, peace and blessings.
You belong to yourself. You're an independent people, created from the nation of free people. Yes, sir. You don't need to go nowhere but to yourself. Yes, sir. There will be a great separation. Yes, sir. So I said, it is on now.
The college is meant to prepare you for your future. That the time dictates that if we don't do something for ourselves as a people, we will be destroyed. And the aim of the enemy right now is to take us out.
We have God with us. We have Him as our guide. Yes, sir. We don't have to stand around here and ask the question, what must be done? Yes, sir. Get up and let's go and do something. Yes, sir. We cannot sit down. We cannot lay down. Yes, sir. We must get up. Yes, sir. And go to work.
Do you know what real joy is in life? Visioning something and bringing it into reality. That's real joy. Do you know what the next step in joy is? Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell in unity.
Tonight, you need to fasten your seatbelts. We're going to hear from some of the greatest minds in the world. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of trusting our future and the future of our children into the hands of those who don't love us. I believe we need to revitalize black leadership.